There was a person in my life who taught me how to love myself but left me when I was just 12. And what happened after that completely changed the perspective, the way I would see life and love. I was just 12 when my mother passed away, one morning quietly while sleeping. And that very moment changed everything in my life. Suddenly I realized that I became different from my friends. They had both their parents, I did not. And now I had to learn to live as a child without a mother. I grew up in a small town in India where children were the heart of the family. I too felt the same with my parents. And out of immense gratitude, my parents' happiness became the joy and goal of my life. We were children, we would forget to do homework, we would not be fully present in the class, but even then, as a child, I could realize when my parents were worried for our well-being. I remember many nights me and my sister would cry at the thought that we caused even the slightest pain to our parents. We were not rich, we just had enough. But even then, we could realize that love is much more precious than any object because we are raised on something much more precious. We are raised on affection, attention, and loving exchanges. My mother had this wonderful quality that she would see good in everyone. She was very respectful and kind to everyone she met in her life. She was very focused on using her abilities and gifts to help others, make others' life better. I don't remember her complaining about the things or abilities she did not have. And that very attitude of her gave us so much confidence and assurance that we have been given by life everything we need to become the person we are meant to be. We are so secured inside that bullying didn't break us. When people spoke from the place of hatred and jealousy, it did not shake us because we were so absorbed in realizing that love my mother offered to us. But when she left, suddenly everything collapsed. I felt exposed to the harsh reality of life without any shelter, any protection. She used to tell us that God is the most merciful person, but I couldn't understand how such a merciful being can be so cruel. Why some taste in our life feels so hard, why some lives feel so unfair. I started questioning everything I was taught earlier, and I turned all my anger towards God. I asked everyone around me for answers, but they did not have because they were too busy in performing some rituals just to get something from God, just like a transaction. But I did not want that same for me. I wanted something more real and deep. It was not until when I made a monk and started practicing ancient spiritual teachings that everything became clear. The first lesson I learned that there are different levels of spirituality, and each spiritual path reveals one aspect of that same ultimate supreme source. The first stage reveals that ultimate supreme source has the form as the universe which provides everything we need. The second step is to understand that same ultimate spiritual source is also residing in our heart as the guiding inner voice. And the highest understanding of that same ultimate spiritual source is that it is that ultimate object of love which we are all hankering for. My heart felt healed from the loss of my mother when I realized that there are many births we take. In each birth, life brings many people together as family, friends, to teach us some certain lessons, and when the lesson is complete, we move on to our next spiritual journey. In this lifetime, my mother came to teach me that we are all lovable with our all limitations and flaws, but still we have opportunities to evolve to our higher self. And it was the spiritual practices which gave me the tools to reach our highest potential, to reach our highest reality. That we are not just this physical appearance, we are far deeper and greater beyond than this just physical appearance. Life gives us exact people, exact circumstances and abilities to learn the lessons we need in this lifetime. We have free will. Either we can learn those lessons in the school of life, or we can choose to get lost in the noise of the world which distract us for temporary and superficial pleasures. I'm so grateful for life that it gave me that wonderful woman who taught me to love me as a human being. And I'm so grateful for my spiritual practices which gave me the tools to reach my highest potential, that I am something far beyond than this physical appearance which will be lost in due course of time. Thank you so much for listening to this video. If this has resonated with you even a slight, please let me know in the comment section. If this has given you even a slightest hope for your spiritual growth, please like, share and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care.